Today I'm going to be talking about how to become an authority in your industry and the face of your brand. And I'm going to make a disclaimer right here, right now. In my previous business with the maid service, I feel like I really mastered what I'm going to talk about today. As I went through the pipe of being stretched into a speaker trainer in the last 2 years, I mean, I'll be honest with you, it's been a real stretch for me. Coming from a farm boy from Georgia, coming into the maid business and mastering that and becoming known as the maid guy. I mean, that's what I'm branded as today. I mean, even though I'm trying really hard to change that brand into the trainer, everybody still knows me as the maid guy, the got-a-maid cleaning guy. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm struggling, and the reason that I'm studying this is because I'm struggling at branding myself now as a corporate trainer, a speaker, and, you know, imagine this. You're in this bubble of the cleaning industry, and you're kind of known as the top guy in the industry, and all of a sudden people start asking you to coach them. And they don't have a cleaning company, they have another company, and you say, well, I'm not a coach. Well, will you help me? And you start down that path, and you started to get squeezed. And I came through the pipe of transition, and out here is this whole other bubble. And then Zig Ziglar Corporation contacts me, and the Jim Rohn Corporation, the Robert Rohn Corporation contacts me, and they say, can you start working with us? And all of this is a stretch for a farm boy from Georgia. Okay, and now I'm past the squeeze, but I'm here at this bubble, and it's like, wow, this is a huge world that I'm now in. And so I'm learning how to become the authority in my industry in this new thing. So I just want to say that I'm learning right along with you, okay? I hope that's cool. I hope you didn't come to, have an expert speak to you about this, because I'm going through this, and I think all of us can use this. So we're going to look at 4 things that will help you become a authority and a brand, the face of your brand. Number 1 is find your ideal customer. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Number 2 is determine there's that word again, your differentiation. All right, did I say that right? I hate that word. Choose branding images. When I say 2 yellow arches, what do you think of? McDonald's, okay? And that's because of it's been branded in your mind, okay? Number 4 is create a message. So what is your message? And we're gonna talk to you a little bit about creating your message. So let's go ahead and get started. Finding your ideal customer. How many of you know how your ideal person looks? Your ideal client. I mean, in the maid service, we determined that our perfect client was a 40 to 60-year-old female that drives a Mercedes all the way up to a Maserati. She lives in a gated community. That's pretty narrowed down right there. We know the age group. So not everybody is your customer. They may buy from you, but not everybody is your customer. So how do you find that ideal customer? Okay, and it's when I was on the farm, my cousins all had dairy farms, and we had like the tractors and all the big equipment. But I'd go watch them milk, and in the morning and the evening, they'd take a big garbage can lid, turn it upside down, pour milk into it, and cats would come out from every corner of the farm, and looking down, it was like a star of cats. And I never forgot that picture of a milk bowl with cats around. So what I want to help us do today is discover your milk bowl. Your ideal clients are your cats, okay? Those are your cats. Think about it. You got to know your cats, your clients. You got to know how old they are, what gender. Not everybody is your client. So build a client persona. You should know them more than they know themselves. You should know their buying habits. You should know where they go out to eat. If you want a Michael's on East type clients, don't hang out at Applebee's. They're not there. Okay? So you have to know who that type of client is. You have to know where they buy their furniture. You have to know them more than they know themselves. Now, which is the most important, the cats or the milk bowl? Question. Milk bowl. Who said that? Right there, Richard. Why is the milk bowl more important? It attracts.
The cats will give you a try one time, but if they don't like it, it's sour, they're not coming back.
Yes. So when I start marketing, I look for referral sources. Referral sources are the milk bowls. The reason you need to know where your clients are buying their lifestyle is you can go build a relationship with the milk bowl because your perfect clients are already feeding at their milk bowl. So, and let me just make this very clear. We determined that in the maid service, our clients, our perfect clients, were 40 to 60-year-old females that drive a Mercedes to a Maserati, lives in a gated community. Where does a 40 to 60-year-old female go at least once a week? Besides the Claytons. They get their hair done, hair and nails. So what we started doing, and that's my milk bowl, because if they have one of my perfect clients, my cats, already going there and drinking from their milk bowl, they probably have 20 or 30 more. So we started going in and building relationships with that milk bowl. We call them referral sources. So I'm trying to paint this picture. And we would walk in with a box of donuts and say, hey, I'm Dave with Got It Made, and I brought everybody donuts. And every head, even the ones that were under the dryers, would like, what? You brought us donuts? And I'd set them down and I'd turn around and act like I'm going to leave, and I never once got to the door. Every single time somebody would say, wait. You're who? And you brought us donuts? And I was able to share my philosophy about business, that you can have everything in life you want if you just help enough people get what they want. And here's what I told them. We'll come in, we'll clean your studio for free. We want to build that relationship. And by the way, we'll keep bringing donuts once a month, and we made sure it was like clockwork. If I saw them on the 12th of one month, it'd be the 12th of the next month. Just consistent. Zig Ziglar used to say consistent persistence. PC, persistent, consistent. Persistent and consistent. And so we started doing that. We started serving them, and we'd clean their place for free just so they could see what we do. And before long, and then we'd also set them up with some brochures and things like that. Before long, they were sending their cats to us, because here's what we'd say. We don't have a high-end hair salon that we can refer our clients to. Would it be okay if we would refer our clients to you? Example, how many of you know Dominic's Blinds at the end of McIntosh and Clark? Dominic's Blinds, great company. Did a little research, found out that we have a lot of the same philosophies. I walked in with a goodies. It was right at St. Patty's Day. I had a nice bucket of green stuff and all kinds of fun stuff. Walked in and said, hey, you know, we don't have a high-end window treatment company that we can refer our high-end clients to. Would it be okay if we'd get some brochures from you? And it's, by the way, here's a bucket, and we gave it to them. They gave us like 4 or 5 brochures. I said, no, that will last one day. We need a stack of them. And so we got a whole stack of them. And we started putting them into every one of our new client packages. Nothing happened. We got rid of those. We went back and said, hey, we need more brochures. We're handing them out, you know. And they gave us another pack. 3 times of going back, and it never crossed their mind that they don't have a maid service that they can refer until about the 4th time. And I walked in and said, hey, I need some more brochures. And they said, you know, we were thinking the other day, we don't have a maid service that we can recommend to our clients. Can we have some of your brochures? Oh yeah, I'm glad you asked. I go out to the car and give some. And now we have this synergistic relationship. Do you think that's a milk bowl? Absolutely. They have high-end clients. We have high-end clients. So partner with milk bowls that have your cats, your perfect market. That's why it's so important to find your perfect target market, who they are, how they think, where do they buy, what are their buying habits. Do they buy on referrals, or do they buy on like spontaneously. Most high-end clients will always buy on referral. Just think about that. Most high-end clients always buy based on referrals. So this is how I do my marketing and how I find my ideal clients. Point number 2, determine your point of differentiation. Blah, blah, blah. I messed it up. Differentiation. There, I got it. Okay. Is that word hard for anybody else? Is it just me? It's just me. Rats. Determine your point of differentiation. Remember I asked Clayton what makes him different? It's because he is there. He's present. He's engaging his people. So the number one buyer question, the question that every one of your cats, as you pitch to them, as you market to them, the question that they're answering in their mind is, why should I buy from you? There are other maid services out there. In fact, there's 300 maid and cleaning services registered in the county of Sarasota. How did we become number one for 6 years? It's because we were different. We started a cancer program where if our clients, friends or family had cancer, we would go clean for free. And we did a lot of things like that. Things like randomly pulling 10 clients out once a month and inviting them to a pizza shop and just saying, hey, how can we serve you better? What other maid service in town has ever done that? So think about ways that, because they're answering this question, why should I buy from you? And did you know that people will pay a higher price for an experience? How many of you watch Shark Tank? A while back, Mark Cuban invested, I forget how many million, in a company that does Halloween experiences, scare experiences. It's no longer good enough to walk through, but it's a whole interactive, experience. And he said something that I'll never forget. He said, our society is moving towards an experiential society at a rapid pace. If you fail to give your clients an experience, you're failing your clients. What makes you different? What makes you unique? What makes your company different than your competitors? There are 3 things that you need to look at. Number 1 is unique. We already talked about that. What makes you unique? If you were walking along the seashore, and how many of you have seen a bunch of silver dollars, sand dollars, okay? And after a while, if you see one, if you've seen 10, you've seen one. I mean, it's just like they're all over the place. What would happen if up ahead you see a bright gold glitter? Just something like, whoa, what is that? And you keep walking towards it. And you're crunching on sand dollars as you go. I mean, there's thousands of people, there's thousands of competitors doing exactly what you do, but your eye is on that one that glitters up there. And you get up there and you see it's a gold-plated sand dollar. Would you step on it? No, you would pick it up and say, well, that's unique. It's a sand dollar, it's just a different color. Are you a different color business? Are you gold-plated? What makes you unique? You really need to answer that question. If you can't answer that question, you are the same as all the other sand dollars that people are walking past, and they're tired, sick and tired of the same old, same old. If you can be unique almost to the point of weird, okay? Almost to the point of weird. Like, they do what? You got to be kidding. They do that? That is amazing. Okay? And it can be whatever. It can be, you get to choose it. You're the architect of your business. Next one, it needs to be measurable. It doesn't mean anything if you're just, different. It's like a sand dollar would be painting himself with gold, and it fools you to think that this is another gold, but you find out it's not gold. It's, you have to be measurable in your uniqueness. It has to be defendable. You have to be able to defend your record. Your record has to say that, yes, you're unique. There's a reason why people choose to do business with you. And that can be whatever it is. But so think about those things. Are you unique in your business? Is your business uniqueness measurable? And is it defendable? Point number 3 is choose branding images. How many of you have a brand? Let me see your hand. Okay, every hand should be up. Every one of you have a brand. A brand is simply what people say about you when you're not there. It's your reputation. Now we're talking about branding images. You probably thought I meant logo. There's a difference between your brand and a logo, okay? Branding images is a logo. How many of you have a logo? The same people that raise their hand, okay? So your logo should tell a story. It should trigger them to think something. Just like when I said yellow arches, somebody said McDonald's. I think somebody else said something else. I didn't hear what they said. What did somebody? Was it you?
No, it wasn't me. I just laughed about it.
Okay. It's searing in your mind, you know. So I have some logos up here. Far left, right over there, that way. What is that? The green one. Well, yeah, mine is right, so yeah, the left. Starbucks, all right? You could be in the middle of a jungle and see that logo and you would know what it is. How many of you go to Starbucks every single day? Let me see your hands. Okay. Yes. But every one of you know who they are. Why is that? Because they've branded it in your mind. It's seared in your mind to recognize it. KFC, you know, the Colonel. You could be. Yeah, exactly. And I was so pleased to see that my two companies were in that picture. That is so cool. You know? But the Michelin Man, you don't confuse him with the, what's that doughboy, the one that you poke? Yeah. You don't confuse them. Why? Because it's a different image and it's consistent. So if you're consistent with that logo, you know, and you tell your story about the logo. How many of you know the story about the Edge logo? I haven't done a good job of telling you that, but who's the guy on the tightrope walker? See him there? Who is that? Nick Walinda. I was sitting in my living room watching him, and I came up with this brand of you can't read it underneath. It says, exceptional discipline generates excellence, because that's what he was talking about. And so I decided to create the brand around tightrope walking, because how many of you know that having a business is like balancing yourself? There's distractions and necessities, and you're balancing. Constantly it's a balance. Okay? Quaker Oats. You know, you could see that picture anywhere and it tells a story. They've branded it so it's consistent. It's really, really important to be consistent in your logo. And it's important also to do and say the same thing every single time. Okay? Now some of you have seen me do this, but everybody know what this is? It's the universal sign for everything's okay. And I'd like for everybody to do this. Okay, hold it up. Now I'd like for you to bring it right here on your chin. Okay, those of you that missed it, this is your chin. Okay, see how important it is to do and say the same thing. So if your logo says something about excellence, like mine does, and you come over here and you do something that is not excellent, what are you going to think? Wait, I'm confused. Okay? And trust me, I haven't figured all of this out for my company, but I do know that the message needs to be consistent. Your reputation and your logo, your brand and your logo, your brand and your brand image, all the same thing, need to go together. They need to tell the same story. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay. Last one, create a message. Every single one of you have a message about your business, whether you know it or not. It's either a good message or it's a bad message. It's either intentional or it just happened, Okay? And I can't tell you how many times I see businesses that have survived and they're doing well, their message just happened. But what would happen if they would be intentional from the beginning about what it is that they do? So when people ask me what I do, let me just play something here. Back there in the black shirt, right there. What do you do?
Software development, IT services.
Okay. Does everybody hear him? Software development, IT services. Let me ask you another question. What do your clients want?
They want things to work without them actually thinking about it. The best work that I do is when they don't have to deal with any, it just happens for them.
So you're solving what problem?
Typically, it would be solving, so it depends on which side we were talking about. On the IT side, it's better if they never have to call me. If the system's just running smoothly and they don't have to.
So they want
deal with it.
dependability.
Dependability, quality.
Okay. Do you notice what just happened? I asked him two questions. He said IT, technical, and what his client wants was dependability and quality and integrity and all of this stuff. This is where business owners get it wrong when they market. They market what they do and not what the client wants. So what would happen if his marketing message would be, listen, we help you become more dependable, and we do it through quality and integrity, something like that. So do that exercise in your business. What do you do, and what do your clients want? And what they want should always be your marketing message. They really don't care what you do. They buy results. And then you have to look at what is the benefit of that result, and then that becomes your message, okay? So people do business with people that they know, like, and trust. So your job as a business owner, as a leader, is to get people to know you, okay? Now, how would it be if we would come up with a formula, and you're gonna get it today, that you can build a 5-point marketing message? Is that something, or should we just cut it off right now and go home? Do you want to finish this? Okay. So people do business with people they know, like, and trust. We're going to help you build a message. We're going to give you the formula. We're not going to spend the time to do it. For people to get to know you, to like you, and to trust you. Does that sound good? Let's go. And I got to give this credit to my good friend Howard Partridge from Houston, Texas. That's him on the right. Okay. Howard is a genius in marketing. Okay, and he came up with a 5-point marketing message. And I'm just going to give you the points, and then your homework is to go out and build a little blurb about each one of these points. And what you're going to do is you're creating a 30-second pitch about your business based off of these 5 points. It's powerful, powerful stuff. Ready, set, go. First one is reputation. What is your reputation? You have one, okay? So it's so important that you let people know what that reputation is. When you ask me what our reputation is for the maid service, it's a reputation of excellence for the past 6 years in a row, voted #1 cleaning service out of 300 in this area every single year for the past 6 years. That's our reputation. That's what people say about us. They say, yeah, they're expensive. So what? Not everybody is my client. The people that say I'm expensive, they're not my client. Okay? He who tries to be everything to everybody ends up being insignificant to a whole lot of people. So you have to figure out who your target market is. So what is your reputation? That's point number 1. Number 2, what is your experience? Why should they trust you? What kind of classes have you taken in your industry? Why are you the authority? What kind of experience? In other words, who are you to tell me what to do and how to do it? Okay? So what is your experience? And number 3 is education. Let's go back to that. How long have you been in business? What makes you who you are? Number 3, education. What did you do Actually, I kind of got the two mixed up. Education is more about what is it that makes you the authority, what classes did you take and all of that. So number 4, systems. Everybody knows I'm a systems guy, okay? What kind of systems do you have? What are the policies and procedures in your business that allow you to be number 1? What are the systems that you have in your business? Do you have procedures and policies? Do you have a dress code? Do you have do your cars get washed every week? What is the policies and procedures of your business? And last but not least, guarantee. What is your guarantee? Every person, every business should have some kind of guarantee. It doesn't have to be a 100% money-back guarantee. It can be just something that takes the worry away from the client, because you can't please everybody, and when you can't please that one person, you need to have some way to, satisfy that person. I did a lunch and learn, and several people didn't show up due to a scheduling problem. And one person called and said, I'd like to have a refund because I wasn't able to come. Never mind, I bought the pizza and rented the room and everything. What did I do? I didn't make a big deal out of it. I refunded the money because I want that person to come back to my next one. If I'd have made a big deal about it, it's like, she wouldn't have come back. So what kind of policy do you have as a guarantee? In our maid service, it's simply this: to provide the most amazing cleaning experience ever, or it's free. Now, I've seen a lot of worried people up to that point when I tell them, and you can see the worry just fall off. They say, oh, okay. So there's no risk. What are you doing to take the risk away to your perfect clients, to your cats? There should be no risk in doing business with you for the client. Think about that. Okay? Any questions? Jason.
Yes, what about having a superior product? Like the product's so good that you you sell it easily, but it's the best product. Is that possible, or how can you do that?
How can you, like if you have the best product, or how can you position your product as the best product?
No, you're just selling the best product instead of a service. You just have the best product, and you're selling that.
Okay, so let's say you sell calculators, okay, and you sell the best calculator. Who says that you sell the best calculator?
Popular opinion.
Popular opinion, okay. Not everybody is going to say that, okay. I think you're talking more of a positioning. How do you position your product in the marketplace? And that comes long before that. That's part of the reputation of your company. Am I missing your point?
Well, I guess the point I was trying to make is when you're selling a service like the maid business, a lot of other people have maid businesses.
Yes.
So you position yourself as the best one by doing.
How did I do that? Was the question?
No, I know how you did it.
Okay.
But conversely, if you just want to sell something that's the very best product, so you're not doing, you don't have to spend so much time on convincing people, selling them. You just have the very best product.
Jason, is there an example you can give of the very best product where somebody actually has the best product and people buy it without any marketing?
Okay, off the top of my head, and this is probably not a great example, like an Apple iPhone. People automatically think that's the best product, so that's why they buy it.
Okay. Greg, you have a follow-up?
I would think that I have the absolute best iPhones in the world to sell. You can buy them anywhere, but here's why you want to buy it from me.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it really does speak to positioning.
Yeah.
Apple spent a lot of time, money, energy managing their brand and positioning themselves to be seen as the leader in that industry.
Yes.
So it really doesn't matter what product they make now. The brand is Yeah, they've got loyal followers.
And when was the last time that you saw an ad for Apple touting what it can do? You won't see that. Right. Apple was very smart in positioning. They went to their clients and they asked, how do you want to feel when you have our product in your hand? And then that's what they marketed. Android, they're all about the technical part of what it can do, not how does it make you feel. That's the big difference. That's why they've captured the marketplace as the best, because they've focused on how does it make you feel. Everybody wants to feel something. Andre.
Well, I agree with the marketing, but Steve Jobs also set out to create the products, excellent products in design and functionality, you know, and then the marketing was easy because they had that exceptional product.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Back there.
New business, and we know we have the best product. We're confident, but it's when somebody had said, your restaurant, I'd love to talk to you, because it's like you have the best product, but you have a corporation doing exactly the same thing. So it's just, how do you get the word out that your product is higher quality without diminishing what they do, but just showing them the different ways that you do it. And so it's like they can get to the masses through their website. So we're struggling with, how do we get the word out?
Okay. Yeah. We don't have time to get into that. We have like 3 minutes left, and I want to make sure announcements. But there are certain ways to do it. I'd be happy to talk with you afterwards. And I hate to cut you off that quick, but I want to make sure you get out of here at 1 o'clock. Go ahead, Clayton.
Okay, I have so much to learn. I got to tell you, today I learned a couple of great things, just a reminder of what we need to do in and out of our business. And I hope you picked up on that. Let's give David a big round of applause today for a great program.
Thank you. Hand that to John, please.
And John will close us out today.
Give me a good one. Yes. The answer is always
yes.
Thank you.